and I'm going to start recording now. Troy Hill is presenting to us this evening at an excellent time in his life to tell us about his experience with Eagle Group and what he learned from his experience with Eagle Group. Troy, please take the floor.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate the opportunity. I am not an expert at anything. I've had 2 jobs my whole life. I'm about to have my 3rd. So I'm just telling you what worked for me, some things that maybe I wished I knew. And there are definitely some things I want to know in the future. But 22 years active duty. I retire, like I was saying, I start terminal leave in May, officially retired 31 July. And my last assignment working as a senior military instructor at the University of Minnesota. So that's me. And so let's get into my presentation. All right, so I labeled this first slide dumb luck because I really do think it is dumb luck. There's some things that happened to me that I should have thought about. I didn't think about. I was later told, hey, you should do these things, and they just kind of happened to me. So I can't take credit for them, but I can say that I was told to do these things and they had already happened. So if they hadn't happened, Eagle Group would definitely help me with these. The first one was a mentor, and this was kind of funny as I showed up here 2 years ago to the University of Minnesota, and we have 11 crosstown schools, one of them being Bethel University. And the colonel, he's a retired colonel chaplain, John Morris, amazing guy. If you don't know him, if you are a veteran, you probably should know that guy. Like he's great. He gave us a presentation about, what the university is doing, how he can help us get people into the Army as cadets, and how we can help their university. And talking to him, we just kind of connected on a faith level, and talked about, hey, I'm getting out soon, and so I started a Bible study with him that meets every Tuesday. And when I met with him, the 2nd or 3rd time, he said, hey, so you're getting out soon. I'm going to be your mentor. It wasn't a question. I didn't know what it meant at the time. I know what a mentor is, but for this, I didn't know what it meant. And so I kind of just fell into having a mentor. And I did hear down the road saying, hey, you have to have somebody that pushes you, motivates you, can direct you, guide you one-on-one. And John Morris was that for me. And I fell into that one. So that's the first dumb luck. The second one was actually this group, Eagle Group. Again, there's a person I work with. His name is Major John DeGrief. He comes to these meetings from time to time. And he actually wanted to have a presentation by Alan for our cadets. So I was like, well, I'll go and see what it's all about, because it was about civilian job hiring. And a lot of these kids, 50% of our cadets are getting out. They're National Guard or reservists. So they have to have a day-to-day job. 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year is not enough, So I was like, well, I'll check it out and see what it's all about. I did. Alan, well, you all know Alan, so I don't really have to say it, but he gave an excellent presentation, a lot of great information, a lot of things that I feel like I should have known that I didn't. And I think a lot of the kids knew more about what he was talking about than I did. So I reached out to him and said, hey, I want to be part of that group. I like what you said. And he said, sure. And he sent me my link, which I've messed up multiple times using other people's links that are in university. But here I'm on by my name, so I guess it worked tonight. But again, dumb luck. I just kind of said, let me check that out and see what it is. Now what I am is I'm kind of a word of mouth recruiter for him. I tell everybody, I said, hey, Eagle Group is great. You should be on LinkedIn. You should be connecting with them if you're staying in Minnesota, because it has helped me tremendously. Another bit of dumb luck was network. My initial network for getting the job that I have. I guess I should go back and say that the job I just got, I'll start in August, is a military instructor at St. Thomas Academy, a private school in Mendota Heights. So I'll be working over there. Well, that was kind of dumb luck too, because our recruiting operations officer, he had said, hey, I need someone in uniform to go help give a presentation to these high school seniors and tell them about ROTC and all the things they provide. And I was like, no, okay, I'll do it. Why not? I throw on the uniform and go over there and check it out. And so I did. Colonel Neil Hetherington is the commandant of cadets over there. And so for 4 days, I sat there and I briefed every senior on what ROTC is, what we can provide, pathways to the military, why we're better than the other services, things like that. And in between classes, we kind of developed a friendship relationship. And he's the one that sent me this job posting, not once but twice. He sent it me the first time when one instructor left, but I still had about a year left and I couldn't take it. And then this most recent one. So I unknowingly networked the job that I'm going to get now, or that I have now. So again, I can't really take credit for it. I was told that I needed to network and how to network and what I should be looking for and all of these things after the fact. I just kind of fell into this one. So that's why I put it under the heading of dumb luck. And the last one was the job opening. And I don't know if I call it dumb luck versus I'm a pretty faithful. It's a big part of me being a Christian. And for me, like, things aren't happenstance. They're meant to be. Well, my last official day in the Army is 31 July, and this job hire date was 1 August. So it seemed, a little too perfect. I kind of fell into that again. So these are all the things that I kind of came into just by dumb luck, is what I say. Just it happened. But all of these things were things that the Eagle Group preached and pushed and said, hey, you need to be doing these things. All of the people that are in this group are amazing. And the presentations, the presenters that come in and present were great. And I really was not looking forward to doing this, because I'm like, well, I don't know anything, but I'm just going to tell you what I do know, which isn't a whole lot. So this is dumb luck. So before I move on, any questions on my dumb luck? Good. All right. So the overall lesson of that was that I think everyone has luck, good, bad, and different, but it's important to capitalize on it, use it, exploit it, and at a minimum, don't ignore it. If I would have just, told John Morris, nah, I'm good, thanks, I don't need a mentor 2 years ago, I wouldn't be where I'm at. If I would have not popped in and found out what this Eagle Group thing's about, again, it would have been for naught, right? So everyone has a little bit of luck. I think it's important to, all right, let me see what this is about, or try it, or just at least understand it before you dismiss it. So I think that's my point on this whole dumb luck thing. Okay. Most important thing is I guess, the Eagle Group lessons. The number one thing that I learned was LinkedIn, and the things I learned about LinkedIn was how to get that premium membership. That definitely opened up a lot. It's very important to have that premium membership, and we get that 1 year free. That's you understand what it can do for you truly if you have that premium membership. And then I was told, not just by Alan, but a few people, like, if you don't have 500 connections, then they're not even looking at you, right? Like, you need to get those connections. You need to get those feelers out there. You need to connect to the field you want to, which goes in the next one. If I wanted to be a teacher, then I should be connecting to teachers in the area. If I wanted to be whatever it is, IT, I should be connecting to IT or businesses or firms that, I want to be a part of, or like organizations I want to be a part of. And then the last one for LinkedIn was the 21 interview questions. And this was one of the best pieces of advice that I was given, is to go on LinkedIn and find the 21 interview questions. Well, I did that. And then I also went on Google and I found another one, 15 questions and 16 questions and 50 questions. And it was slightly overwhelming, but a lot of them were kind of the same. And then after my 4 interviews with this job, one question was only one that was actually asked. But why I think this was very important is it put me in the right frame of mind when I went into these interviews. Is I kind of understood how it was going to flow, what they were going to ask me, and what kind of answers I needed to have. And so I wrote all this stuff out. And with my first interview and subsequent interviews, I was prepared. I was comfortable with it. After that first question, I realized it was kind of the same as the rest. I felt good, and I could be myself and put myself out there in a way that was representative of the position I wanted. And so that was really good for me. Even if they only asked one question, it was from the 21 interview questions. They were all kind of put me in the right frame of mind. Resume help. Man, I came in the Army at 18, I'm leaving at 40. And the only thing I know is military. My wife and my daughter speak more military than civilian too. So it's important to know that, to change those military into civilian terms, and how you do that. And how I did that was, you do Google searches, and those are out there in different links that I was given, but also having multiple people review that resume, because everyone has their own little thing on it. Hey, this should be this or this should be that. But taking the things that you want out of it, or you think you need out of it, and putting it into your resume only makes it better. And something Alan uses is having that master run to pull things from jobs for that specific job. So I thought that was really good. All right. Another one was researching the organizations that I was interviewing with, looking on LinkedIn, seeing who I know that knows the people that I'm interviewing with, or knows the organization, or is an alumni of the organization. Going on their website for St. Thomas Academy, there were 4 pillars, and those were things that I took out. And when I was giving my answers, I had that kind of stuff prepared to tell them the things that I can provide, and then provide them to support the things that their organization is based on. So that's what I did with that. Any questions before I move to my next slide? I only have 4 slides, so it should go pretty quick. Okay. Networking, I think every time we have a meeting in here, it's kind of beat to death, and for good reason. That's why I got the job that I got, was because the network that I fell into with my dumb luck, but also the people that I met from this group. Adam Noriko has been amazing for me, calling me, texting me, video chatting to help prepare me for interviews. And he's a St. Thomas alumni, and he knew the people over there too. And just, I saw the interviewers' faces change when I talked about Adam, with his permission, of course, actually suggestion. So that was a big deal. And then looking at mutual connections. So I found some people that had connections with the people that I was interviewing with, that I found on LinkedIn. And I talked to them and asked them about those people specifically. Who are they? What their motivations are? What's important to them? What are some things to avoid? And that definitely helped me with my interviews. I researched the interviews, which I talked about, looked them up on LinkedIn, other social media, just kind of see what type of people they were before I interviewed with them. in the interviews, forming the answers as if like I was already in the job, was something that I was taught by a few people in here, to make it sound like I'm already formulating how I'm doing this job, or hey, when I'm there, or not how if I'm there, but when I'm there, this is what I will do, and this is what I see us moving forward. And so I did a lot of my answers that way. One thing that I really had no idea, because online you can pull up your pay scale and you know what it is for all ranks, was knowing my worth in the civilian workforce. I was given a few things. I think Lana gave me some advice, Nicole gave me some advice, Renee gave me some advice, and there was all good advice and all good links to go to and find out this position that I'm applying for, really what it's worth, what my time is worth, and what I'm worth in the civilian workforce, not just as an ex-military person, but in this job specifically. And this one didn't have the pay range or the pay scale. And one of the things that really stood out to me was, hey, when they ask you what you want to be paid, ask them what they're budgeted for. And I thought that was profound, actually. I thought that was great, and definitely worthwhile. And it helped me not sell myself short. Another thing I was taught is let them know that you want the job, but you have other options, that you're interviewing for other things, especially a lengthy interview process like this. There were 4 interviews, and it was over a month and a half or so of interviews. And just let them know, say, hey, no, yeah, I really want to be here. I do have other things out there, and I am applying at other jobs, and these other things I have going on. So it kind of added, I think, a sense of urgency to them to make their decision, and I'm happy I was their decision. One thing, when I hadn't heard from them for a while, I read, hey, send out some thank you emails to the people you interviewed with. I did that, and almost immediately got a second interview. So whether it's timing or that prompted them to say, hey, he's really serious about it, I don't know, but that's what I did, and it worked out well for me. And it goes to the next point, is wait to hear from them, but like not too long, just letting them know. And that was something that a couple of people in the group told me to do, is reach out to them and say, hey, I'm still interested in this, just standing by for the next step. And then I got some reassurance from them, and kept along in the process. Just like everything, I think the last bullet is prepare and practice. All this research, all these networking sessions, all these meetings, all these things all help me to feel comfortable in the interview, to apply for these jobs, and make the next step in a couple of the jobs that I applied for, and ultimately this one I'm hired for. And then practice those mock interviews, practice those questions, and practice this presentation, right? All those things helped me feel more comfortable when I was in the interviews with St. Thomas Academy. And that is what I have.